Welcome to another episode of Memphis on the Mark. I want to thank my core audience of 8 for continuing to watch. And today we have a very special guest, Kevin Brooks. Welcome, Kevin.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing good.
That's
you are
good.
a filmmaker.
Yes, sir. I am.
Correct. Correct. You don't have to say sir.
Oh,
Please,
okay.
please don't.
Already messed up.
Great. We got the
But no.
next.
Right.
What you did something really interesting. You were part of the Sundance Institute with one of your films.
Yes, it was.
Can you explain how that worked?
The Sundance Institute program, underneath that is this thing called Sundance Ignite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a program for filmmakers between the age of 18 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a short film for that called Keep Pushing. And I submitted it. And basically, they fly you out if you're selected as one of the top 5 filmmakers out of everyone who submitted. They fly you out to Sundance in Utah, Park City, Utah, and you get to experience the whole festival, parties, everything. And you get to
On their dime.
On their dime. You don't spend anything,
Wow.
Which is amazing because it's super expensive. Sundance
Yeah.
is crazy, right? But you get to meet so many different execs within the different productions. You get to meet different directors, different producers. So it was just super, I guess, eye-opening and super inspiring because when you're around that atmosphere, you see that it's possible. There's people like you who are doing what you're doing. So when I came back from Sundance, it really lit a fire underneath me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you went on and you made, what was the movie about skateboarding?
Yeah, so I made Keep Pushing. That's what got in there.
Right.
But when I came back, I did a short film, I think it was Marcus, and it got into the Memphis Film Prize. So that was the immediate film I did as soon as I got back.
Wow.
And then I did Mouse with Lawrence Matthews, and that was on the Adobe website, because Sundance pushed that on their social media, and it was also on Indie Memphis, and it got a lot of exposure. And it was on nobudge.com.
Right. So is it one of those things where once you're sort of part of the Sundance family, they help you out a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I'm always sending them scripts and always getting feedback and just trying to get advice, because I feel like I'm still starting out. That's how I always tell myself mentally. I'm always just trying to make it to that next level, and I'm still young, so I just try to take as much advice as I can from anybody. Speaking
of young, you are, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are the youngest member of the Memphis Film Commission.
Yes.
On the board member.
Right, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
I would have never guessed that,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's certain things like that just never, I guess, I would have thought about or imagined what happened. The Sundance was one of them. Being the youngest on the film commission is one of them. Winning the Creative Things Award, or getting the Alumni Award at University of Memphis.
Right.
Never would have guessed that, But things like that, I'm blessed. I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
So.
Just as long as you're not peaking now. That's what you don't.
Right. Let's just not even think about that word.
Nope. I'm sorry I said it.
No, it's cool. Yeah.
No. So there is a TV show in town, an NBC pilot called Bluff City Law, and you were on the crew or the staff. What is your position?
You can say the crew. I'm the assistant to the producer and the writers. There's 2 writers, Michael and Dean, and they're super nice guys. When they told me what I would be doing, I was super nervous at first.
Because you didn't want to mess up the coffee order.
Exactly. You just don't want to mess that up. And I'm not even good at making coffee because I don't drink coffee.
There you go.
No, but they are super welcoming and not very egotistical. You would think, oh, they're producers, they're very get this, do that. But no, they're super I want you part of this. I want to tell you how we do this. I want to tell you how to make this script better, how what other execs look for when it comes to what you write and the shows that you want to pitch. So it's being around that environment every day and seeing how they operate.
Right.
It's super inspiring.
So are you sort of at ground zero on the set every day? I mean, imagine the writers are right there
Right, they're there. I hear their conversations, hear what they tell the director, all these things. So I'm just taking it all in and soaking it in.
How did you get this job? Did they find you? Did you find them? Or
just connections, which is funny. Half of the stuff that I do is people have heard of me, and through there, it's I get so many other opportunities. So, like I said, it's a blessing.
It is a blessing. Yeah. It really is. I was an extra last week. I saw you on the set.
Yeah.
I was at the prison, and a prison guard, and I was in the background of several scenes.
Yeah.
But one of the scenes, I was so far in the background, I ended up on Days of Our Lives. I mean, I was way over there. I thought, how can they even see me?
Right, how can, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with the Bradys and the Hortons on Days of Our Lives
Right.
than the cast of Bluff City Law.
But did you have fun with that?
I did because we
nice.
shot in the older building. It was built in the 30s by the WPA.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It was built back in the 30s, back when the government could actually build things that would stay around for 80 or 100 years.
Yeah.
The WPA also did the 11th shell.
No way.
Yeah, that was built because they put people to work during the Depression. Imagine that.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
It was interesting being in the prison, though.
Yeah.
It was my second time because for Brian
Oh,
Banks.
wait.
Right, I can't talk about, for Brian Banks, I was in the prison for like a week.
Oh, wow.
We were filming, that was
a movie you were working
right,
on.
a movie, Tom Shadyack's film,
Yeah.
which comes out this year in August.
Good.
So everyone go see it. No,
I was an extra in that. You're going to see my right arm,
no way.
and I hope,
cool. Yeah.
holding up the microphone.
Yeah.
Those microphones weigh like 2 or 3 pounds, and they're not heavy at first.
Yeah,
Man,
but after a while,
after
it's-
that third take, and
Yeah.
you're doing 8 takes, it
Yeah.
gets heavy. So what was your role on the Brian Banks film?
On the Brian Banks film, I was production assistant. So
Okay.
again, I didn't really have like close access, but through that, like I said, it's a blessing. I've become really cool with Tom Shadyack. Like I
Good.
could just like hit him up, text him, call him.
Yeah.
So again, it was like just be in the right position at the right moment, which is basically what life is, you know.
Yes.
Things that just happen.
Well, I'm making
Yeah.
sure that you're ready to be in the right moment.
True. You got to.
Yeah.
For sure.
What have you been on any other large movies here in town that come through?
I
Uncorked or the Hallmark films?
No, I haven't, because and we were talking about this earlier. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But,
The cameraman.
right, the cameraman. It's really hard to find a balance for me of, okay, I want to push what I'm working on and build my brand, but also get experience.
Right.
So I've always, like, with Uncorked, at that time, I was working on another thing that was mine, so I didn't have time to work on Uncorked. But I don't know, it's really hard to find that balance, and I wish it was, like, a better way to do it.
Right.
But I guess you just have to just never sleep. That's
Never
that's-
sleep.
Right.
How many short films have you done, thereabouts, if you can estimate?
I want to say like 5 or 6.
Oh, wow. I would have guessed more.
Since like, I mean, like if you count my whole since I was like 6, then
When
probably
I was 10, I was making Raiders of the Lost Cube
Right.
in
Right.
1981.
Exactly. I think since like 2015 or 2016, it's been like 6.
You mean 6 films,
Yeah.
6 short films.
Yeah.
And you've been in movies as well.
Yes.
You've worked on crews. I mean, you were nice enough to come work on my crew for at least
Right.
2 of my films.
Right. Yeah. That's how you
maybe
learn.
3.
Yeah. That's how you learn. That's how you build connections. But
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you can't also forget the fact that you want to, be a director. You want to write. So you got to
Right.
also make content. So.
Yes, yes, you do. You've got to
Right.
make good content.
Right. So then you can show the people you're working with, like the people I'm working with, the producers. They're always asking like, "What are you writing? What are you doing?" So,
Really?
Right. Yeah, for sure. So
Have
it's
you
like-
pulled
it's
up? Well, by the
No,
way,
I'm gonna wait till we wrap.
I
and
have
then-
this script on me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Well, what are you working on these days?
Right now, I'm so much in like, I wouldn't say meetings, but I'm going back to like LA again in April because I'm trying to get a feature film funded.
Okay.
And I'm also working on a series, like a web series,
Yeah.
a short form content that I want to put out later this year, November, December, depending on how scheduling works.
Right.
But those are the 2 big things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But my main goal is always, since I was like a kid, to do a feature film. So if everything comes together, hopefully we can start filming by the end of this year or next year. So.
That'd be great.
would be great.
That would be. What's people think of a feature film? I mean, is that some people might think, $1 million, but
Yeah.
you can make a feature film for 25,000
That's true. You can. Yeah.
or 100,000 or
Yeah.
200,000.
Right. That's true. Mine is up there, but yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
It's still doable in Memphis,
Exactly.
Tennessee.
That's where I want to shoot it. I think that's my main goal since like forever was to do my first feature here in Memphis.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Craig Brewer did his first feature, and Ira Sachs
Yeah.
did their first feature, and then they sort of went out. Then they came back and did their second feature here.
Exactly.
And so hopefully if the state funding will increase,
Right.
we might get more. They might come back and do the third.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's more opportunities now, I guess. Like, well, for sure, for filmmakers to do their features here. You got different grants. You got Indie Memphis really pushing it.
Yeah.
So I feel like For sure, it's a lot of talent here, so it should be a lot of art coming out. That's going to be amazing. You know, Memphis is really on the rise.
Memphis, the artist, Memphis is second to none in creative people.
No, yeah, for sure.
We have got creative people just everywhere, in
Yeah.
film, in paint, in
Music,
theater,
right.
music,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
And have in my short films, I've done this. I've used local talent for music. Have you used local music here in town for some of your shorts?
I've used like local musicians.
Yeah,
for
that's
my
what I mean.
stuff.
Yeah.
I have actually, like my composer, which is funny how we became friends. He's from Iceland, but he makes most of my stuff for my short films.
Is that Iceland, North Memphis, Fraser?
No,
Where-
no.
I know where
Iceland.
Iceland.
Yeah. I met him through Morgan John Fox.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. Like I love.
That's
working
not
with,
Bjork, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Bjork's in Iceland.
Really?
That's someone famous.
No,
I
I've
think.
never. No, yeah.
But you met them, so they've done a lot of your music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Have you been to Iceland to
I've
visit?
never been to Iceland.
I
But
went.
he comes here a lot.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been to Iceland. It's not bad. We were hoping to see the Northern Lights, and
nice.
we did not see as much as we'd wanted to.
Why not?
Well, there's cloud. You have to go at a certain time of year. We were there in early October,
Yeah.
and so there's also cloud cover. I mean, it's not like every night they come out. We saw enough that I could say, "Oh, I saw the Northern Lights," but it was like not much.
Not what you're right. Yeah.
It wasn't much. I saw just enough to say it, but yeah, if you ever get a chance, I recommend Iceland.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's good. Well, now we're going to do a little thing that I call Memphis on the Mark.
right.
No, I'm sorry. What do I call it? I call it Moments. Called Moments with Mark.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Today on Moments with Mark, I like to talk about local artists. I would like to see the city and some art institution work with local artists, painters, drawers, and MATA. As you know, MATA wraps buses with different billboards or ads. Well, let's get a local artist. Let's get 20 local artists and have them draw out some beautiful artwork. And for the, may start May 2020, because it'll take that long to get this set up. But May, June, July, August, during tourist season, have them 20 buses wrapped with beautiful artwork by local Memphians, and have these buses out on the streets during the summer and just on all the routes. And then on the weekends, when the bus services aren't as many, take 10 buses sort of offline and park them somewhere, like at the fairgrounds or somewhere near Broad Avenue or next to Southland Mall, where tourists can come and people can come and see these, 10 buses. So 10 will be taken offline, and on Saturday they'll be on display, and then the other 10 will come out and be a tourist attraction for people to go see them on Sundays at the fairgrounds. So it'd be a great way for local artists to get their work seen throughout the city, but also tourists will know, oh, I can go over here and see 10 of the buses that are on display on Saturday, and I can go back on Sunday and see them on display on the other 10. So something to think about. I'd like to shoot for May 1st of 2020. It'll take that long to select 20 artists and have them draw something out. And but it's a great way for the bus system and the artists of Memphis to work together. So, all right, Kevin, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be.
Okay.
I got some news. Well, I'm getting out, cutting